I failed. I wish I learned these 5 lessons before. If you have bigger plans for your business, if you plan to scale it, make sure your business model is actually scalable. It's bad, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy about it because I learned so much. I'm happy I actually did start, because these experiences you can't replace with money or anything else. I was always a business person, and I was so excited to start this first business of mine, and it was so scary but so exciting at the same time. And I was lucky to have great friends around who actually told me that I should definitely go for it, and that was a beautiful time. I met amazing people. I actually traveled the business, shared my passion and vision with so many people, had so many amazing clients, and not only in my country but in other countries too, and that was exciting times. Let's dive into it. So the first thing I definitely regret, that it's so important to have strategy, and I thought I kind of did, but in reality I didn't, because a strategy, it's not just some short-term plan, it's basically a long-term vision that you divide into smaller goals. And at first I didn't think too much about what I would want my business to be later on. I just would imagine this beautiful pictures with my business expanding in other countries, and this seemed so fun and exciting, but I didn't actually it's kind of funny because I didn't actually did enough research about what kind of steps have to be done to reach that point. I started my business model in a little bit different way than it would have to be to actually reach that later goal. At some point, my business can expand a little bit. People selling my dresses, I did fashion business, people selling my dresses in another country. I had some issues which became quite serious, which I didn't think through, partially due to lack of people who I could trust in my business. Partially it was due to some shipping issues, some things you don't think about when you just start, right? The second, I think it's similar to first one, but it's a little bit different. It was lack of plan, and I kind of had a plan. Again, I thought I had, but in reality I didn't, because I was thinking, okay, I will start to grow my social media for my business, and people will find out about me, people will start buying eventually, and I will have clients. And it took a very long time. Honestly, it took way too long, because I started working with people who would help me out with that, but who honestly didn't care too much about my business, and I didn't have enough knowledge back then in this field. Later on I catched onto that. I started to go through different courses myself and figured it out, but that was just quite a waste of time, honestly. And there are some other things you need to plan in advance. You basically have to know exactly where you're heading with your business, if you're planning to expand it or not, if you're planning to do this offline or online. I started to do it more online, then I transferred into offline, and then again, and it was a little bit a mess, because those things are very different. And the third thing is, I would say it's fear. Fear paralyzes us to such a level that we are not able to move forward fast enough. If I would be able to be, I'm an introvert and I'm a shy person, if I would be able to make more business connections, I'm sure it would help me a lot to move faster. But it was quite hard for me, even though I was able to kind of catch on to that later. Fourth one is structure. You really want to structure things for your business as soon as possible, because otherwise, as you go, you can do that, but it's gonna be so much harder to do that. I had some things that I didn't really structurized at the beginning, and later on I was so busy with everything that I wasn't able to do this right in time, and it took time. Fourth is not that important as previous few, but if you want to work with some other professionals for your business, just make sure they are good ones. I did this mistake. I had this person for a financial part who was working with taxes, and oh my goodness, I thought that everything will be taken care of. I didn't even know that this person didn't take care of everything, and maybe I would actually be able to figure it out myself better. So I end up in a station where I needed to get another person and pay that third person to fix mistakes of a previous person, if that does make sense. That was quite intense, to be honest, especially because it was about taxes and all of that. So this was a serious topic, and you probably can imagine it. You are running full-time your business, you're so busy with everything, and on top of everything you need to fix issues of somebody who actually paid to do their job and they just didn't, right? How much money. But I realized with time that to go even bigger, that's not going to be enough. That's not a sustainable business model. I didn't see it in my mind that long-term vision that I kind of had in my head. I need to have another business model for this, because that one is not sustainable. I can't run around the city for thousands of this. This is not gonna work out. So if you want your business to be somewhere else, eventually make sure that you understand quite well how that eventually model is looking and how it's operating. Because if you start to do it if you set it up in a completely different way, that might be a big problem later to transform into. So eventually, as I mentioned, when moving abroad, it's just was such a complex transfer. When you're not there basically kicking people in the ass, they don't want to do stuff as much as if you would come next to them and command them to do things. If you have bigger plans for your business, if you plan to scale it, make sure your business model is actually scalable, because not every business is possible to scale. So please keep it in mind. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. See you soon.